Hello again, everyone. Todd Struch, the Horror Nerd here, coming to you from New Jersey HorrorCon and Film Festival at the Showboat Hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And I am standing here with the legendary star of The Munsters, Butch Patrick. Butch, how are you?
I'm the Munster Nerd. I'm doing well, Todd.
Good. How's the convention been for you so far?
You know, it's really great. This is a wonderful room, top-notch people, top-notch stuff. I'm really excited about it. It's crowded already, and we just started.
Yeah, it's early, and it's only Friday. Tomorrow, I'm sure, will be madness.
No, it's going to be great. This is going to be a great show. I can feel it.
Fantastic. You do, I've seen you at a fair number of conventions. What is it that keeps you coming back and doing these?
Well, you know, it's interesting. The Munsters is multi-generational. It's got, you know, family-friendly. It's monsters. It's comedy. It's horror sci-fi. It falls into so many different categories that I can, you know, never really get tired of doing it. But it's the fans. The fans love it. They love to meet you. They come up and they share these great stories, and it's just a wonderful experience. And I have the Munster Coach and the Dragula, so I do a lot of automotive events now, and I'm a gearhead. So for me, that's another little angle that I can take advantage of.
Nice. My dad will like to hear that. My dad was a race car mechanic.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, the Munsters were, you know, we had very cool stuff, makeup, special effects, but the cars were like the coolest cars on television at the time.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the things I remember most about it.
Yeah. George Barris created the Munster Coach and the Dragula, and then he went on to do the Batmobile and all the other TV cars that he's famous for, but the Munster Coach was the first one.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about how it was being a child actor on that show. Did you know what you were getting yourself into? Did you have any idea as a kid it was going to become such an iconic show later on?
Not really. Most people thought the show was destined to fail simply because on paper, you know, you didn't see Frankenstein and Dracula living next door in a Leave It to Beaver scenario that would work. But the people that did the show had done Leave It to Beaver. They had a very good family value situation going on. They took the Universal monsters and basically married them to where they looked like old movies from the 40s with the setting, the lighting and the set design and everything and the makeup people. So you had the best of both worlds, and for some reason it caught on. But you got to remember, the 60s was talking horses, witches, genies, you know, everything that was not normal was very popular. And the Munsters definitely were not normal.
Absolutely. But keep it rolling. I'm really sorry, but there is something in here. I will edit this out. I'm really sorry. It's embarrassing, but I was about to twitch. Oh, thank you, dear. Thank you.
Did he make you cry?
Yeah.
He did. I'm so emotional. I'm so emotional.
See, now this is a perfect example of the Munsters had so much dust and cobwebs and dirt that this happened all the time. This is normal. This is normal.
You know Grandpa, what? I might leave this in.
Grandpa is around. This is a typical Munster set. Leave it in.
Fantastic. So, obviously, you were a child filming the show. Was it fun for you? Was it work like any other acting work? Or just walk me through that a little bit.
Well, it was work, no doubt about it. But it was fun work. And we were only in makeup 3 days a week when we filmed, so it wasn't too bad, even though Fred Gwynn, you know, he had 2 hours a day of makeup. I was an hour. Everybody else was in the between. But the interesting thing for me was when I finished my book, Munster Memories, the editor said, well, what's your favorite memory? I go, well, my memory wasn't of the Munsters. It wasn't my favorite memory. That was my job, and I enjoyed it. But my memory was when I had free time, I had the whole Universal studio at my disposal to go explore. And what do like 12-year-old boys like to do? They like to go explore. So we had 35 sound stages doing 3 movies a year each. We had 6 series out there, McHale's Navy, Wagon Train, The Virginian, Alfred Hitchcock. So when I wasn't on call, I was out having a great time just seeing what was going on at the studio.
Wow, that is amazing. Do you have a particular story or an encounter of your travels that you'd like to share?
Well, Alfred Hitchcock used to give me a ride down to the commissary whenever he'd see me walking. Lana Turner and Paul Newman did a movie next door to us, a Hitchcock movie called Torn Curtain. But we had the largest sound stage in the country, Stage 29, which was used for the original Phantom of the Opera. It was 6 stories tall, and I used to go over there by myself when nobody was watching and climb up into the catwalks and go all over the place in this old haunted sound stage. That was very cool. And McHale's Navy was my favorite destination, out in the lagoon with Ernie Borgnine and Tim Conway.
Wow, that is really cool. just thinking about that, just as a fan, that just sounds amazing.
Well, I was the only kid at the studio other than guest stars on my show, so I could go explore, and everybody knew I was supposed to be there because I had Eddie Munster makeup on, and I knew how to walk in and out of sound stages without causing them any problems. Very quietly tiptoeing around, doing what I wanted to do, and they used to call me a 39-year-old midget because I acted way beyond my years.
Excellent. Lastly, Butch, does it ever surprise you that after all this time and the show came out so long ago, does it ever surprise you that people still come and line up to meet you because of the Munsters?
It's a nice situation. I never anticipated it, but now because people ask me what do you attribute the longevity of the show to? Well, literally, it's the '60s. It's people. The reflection of television and music in the 60s is going to be the decade of all decades for pop culture. And yeah, the Munsters was a comedy, and it was, like I say, there was talking horses, Martians, and genies, but there was a time in that 60s decade that people just respond to, and they have fond memories of it. If you're a grandparent, you want to share it with your grandchild, and if you're in the middle, you remember it through reruns. But either way you look at it, it's just good, common, wholesome comedy, fun, with some great acting. Fred Gwynne, Al Lewis, Yvonne DiCarlo, and everything thrown into the mix. We just were lucky to have a very strong show from top to bottom, and it's endured well.
Fantastic. Butch, any last words you'd like to share with the fans? What are you working on these days?
Well, basically, we have Eddie's Monstrous Movie Mausoleum is going to be a horror host show that the gentleman that used to do Super Scary Saturday for Al Lewis contacted me. It's going to be a live stream show, so it'll be subscription. I have the Munster Coach and Dragula. I go around the country doing that, and Munsters.com is the website. We have an extensive store, and I have an extensive schedule. So anything you want to know about the Munsters, go to Munsters.com, and we also have a fan group, the official fan group, 20,000 strong, that's very active and very wholesome and spam-free.
Fantastic. Butch, thank you so much for taking a few minutes with me. I truly appreciate it. And have a great time here at the New Jersey HorrorCon and Film Festival, Atlantic City, New Jersey. We'll see you in the next interview.